We've got a 302 number. Okay, the call in.
That could be Mandelakhan. We'll see if he wants to talk about the December 10th, 2019, the red, black, and green of the United States.
Yeah, let's bring them on. Hello, 302. Who do I have?
Yours truly, the devil.
You're not the devil, Mandelakhan.
I'm the devil here.
Who's the hosting the program?
I'm Pastor Ken, and we have Jason.
Jason?
What's happening?
And
what's happening, Mandelakhan? You know me, Joe, so what's happening with you, brother?
Oh, one of the Tyrone Thompson's hitman. Okay, good. And then
Yeah.
Pastor Ken. Pastor Ken.
Yeah.
You're hosting the program?
Yes,
That's a beautiful thing. And
Your smoke detector, Nimrod.
Hey, you got to mute Ashley, God's Rainbow Ministry. You can't let her talk over, so because Mandelakhan's not going to put up with that either. So we got to let him speak.
Yeah, go ahead, Mandelakhan.
And Pastor Ken, you're with Rainbow Ministries, right?
Yes, I'm with God's Rainbow Ministry. Yes.
Well, this is a beautiful thing, because I want to say this on behalf of the red, black, and green, the Ethiopian Empire, the Total Recall, the Matriarch. It's a revolution. And it's for those black, brown, red, yellow, and white, old, young, gay, straight alike, Joe Gibson. Gay, straight alike. You understand me? Ain't going to be no separation, Shabaka, until we get our house in order where the eagle lives. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, because from the Congo to the Bongo, where we go in this country, it dictates where the rest of the world go. And I want to bring in the Matriarch, because I heard my partner in time, Joe Gibson, doing his usual diatribe and trying to affirm what the Ethiopian Empire's Matriarch is. But, just like the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, Bill of Rights, and the Confederate flag in red, white, and blue, ain't none of y'all standing for what's true, and you know it. So we need a demarcation point.
Well, in the Matriarch, if people believe in God, will they be accepted in it?
Hold on for a minute. I thought I was talking to God's Rainbow Ministries. When we get to Joe Gibson's program, I'm sure that he'll intervene on what he wants, because he always.
All right, I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet. Okay, go ahead.
Just don't go on all night, man. Damn.
Well, I tell you what. Jason, if you think you have something more important,
I do. I would love to ask you questions. You mind?
No. Hold on. Let me say this. Rainbow Ministries, I called you to add to the voice of the voiceless, not to be interrogated, vetted, or questioned by people that I do know are not for the Matriarch and not for the red, black, and green. So I won't be allowed to ask a question from those usual suspects that has held up this thing, and they will die, as they said on Joe Gibson's program, before they give it up. But that's a beautiful thing. That's okay. But the good thing is, Rainbow Ministries, there are people in the books of the dead, the Bible, Torah, the Quran, who today they want to castigate and trash so-called people who say they're bi or gay. Now, let me put this on the table. Of course, there's a couple people on the lines tonight, and I won't mention no name, but I will mention this, the fact that everyone has red blood in their bodies.
Amen.
And everyone must drink transparent water. No matter what food they eat, they must drink transparent water 7 days a week, 24/7, 365. Happy Kwanzaa and things, because the 7 principles of Kwanzaa is just as this. The first is Kuji Chakalia, self-determination. Then there's Nia, purpose. Then there's
What's
Kumba,
Ethiopia's policy on gays?
And
by
then
the way,
collective economics. So when you're looking at the celebrations, I don't follow Dr. Malala Karenga, who founded Kwanzaa, but for 365, 7 days a week, those 7 principles must apply to everyone who wants to come out of kill or be killed and go directly into live and let live.
Well, Kwanzaa doesn't support homosexuality, Mandelakhan.
This is not Rainbow Ministries. Is that you, or is that one of the usual suspects?
No.
But
you ain't gonna bully Pastor King and listen to your mess. You're not gonna do that.
Yeah, that's a lie.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna arrest that case right there. I'm gonna be silent, and I'm not gonna allow Uncle Scam's terminators, verbally or physically.
Yeah.
Mandelakhan, people have questions for you. I mean, you are on a different podcast.
He ain't a fan of answering no questions because he ain't got.
Dr. Kidd, let me say this. When I say there'll be no questions, it's relative to the concept that I bring, that I'll entertain questions. But if it's relative to why I don't like America, or if it's relative why I don't like God, or whether I don't like the right, that's an illegal question, because these people uphold this is illegal because they uphold the Confederate flag and the red, white, and blue. I uplift the matriarch of the red, black, and green. So we're talking about something all together.
Why the hell do you live in the red, white, and blue then?
So I'll rest that case and let y'all go on.
Mandelakhan doesn't want to examine the facts. Hang on. Mandelakhan talked about Ethiopia and the Pan Am African Network, when in fact their policies actually cannot stand gays. Matter of fact, it's outlawed in Ethiopia. You will be arrested if you're openly gay.
You told the Rainbow Ministries you call him a faggot, a punk, on your program, Joe Gibson, in the archives less than a month ago. The guy, Rainbow Ministries, the host of tonight.
For supporting Tony Gaga. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. You,
a Christian, a good constitutional man in the United States of America, you character assassinated king of Rainbow Ministries. It's in the archives, genius.
Yeah, but right now, let's not talk about me. We're talking about Ethiopia and the Pan Am.
In Rainbow Ministries who love gay people.
Joe, you just said
you embraced it. You said you embraced it, and the matriarch embraced it.
Don't feed into that, Joe. That was a deflection tactic. Don't let him do that. Ask the question again.
I'll tell you what. I'm not going to allow you gang members. I'm not going to allow you gang members to try to bank me if you don't have anything to answer.
Are you going to ask the questions or you not, though? Are you going to ask the questions or you not?
I'll tell you what.
Then you're pretty much
Dr.
for no reason.
Dr. Ken, if you have a question for the matriarch, that's a registered.
Yeah, you want to go to somebody that's easy to bully, huh? That's
but if it has anything to do,
Jason, let God's Rainbow Ministries then question about this.
Hold on. I want to qualify this, because here's what I don't want to do. I don't want to pick up Hate the Truth Radio. Understand the times in which we live in today with John, Jason, and Joe. I'm not going to do that with y'all. I'm not going to do it with Tyrone Thompson. And by the way, I spent an hour with Tyrone Thompson and his little rascals, and Tyrone Thompson would not even come to the mic. And I was in their public section just 2 days ago for over an hour, laying the new recall and the global reset on their ass that Tyrone Thompson wouldn't even come to the table. So
I'd like to hear that. Can you send me that link? I'd like to hear that, actually.
It's in the archive. Talk Real Solutions.
Oh, it is? Okay. What? Send me the date and time, because, obviously you have to know the date and time to go to the archive.
4 days ago. 4 days
ago.
I'd
like to hear that. Yeah, because I did listen to you and Shabaka on the program the other morning there where you guys were on, and I did not receive the link, and you got all upset with me because I said you never sent it to me, which was true.
Listen, I'm not going to go back and try to hash out on your program with your miscommunication or whatever between you, Shabaka, and me.
That's
not the issue.
That's fine. God's Rainbow. We'll let God's Rainbow Ministries and
on your program, you had a beast named Jericho on your program.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
And you gave him the red carpet treatment, even after I told you that the word bitch, nigger, and gorilla is outlawed in your program. He never calls y'all niggers, peckerwoods, or
he called us scumbags, slime balls, pedophiles, rapists.
He said, one at a time. I'll tell you what.
You don't answer no questions. You're very irrelevant. You got a big mouth, but you say nothing.
Okay,
you don't answer questions. You know everything. You don't know anything.
Rainbow Ministries. I don't have anything to prove. I don't have anything to prove to these minions here.
To back up what you say, but you can't do that because you don't answer questions.
Rainbow Ministry. The reason why I don't, because I have a religious, a spiritual political platform that has saved people, and they could write a book about the cases won against the county, local, city, state, and federal government. I have a right to talk to them.
Let's allow God's Rainbow Ministries. Let's allow God. I want to hear this. This is educational.
Joe Gibson, he knows.
You're absolutely right.
He heard the testimony. He knows ain't no man did what I did, and I'm on the biggest case now.
You ain't did nothing but talk a whole bunch of nothing.
And we're gonna win. We're gonna win, no matter what. So, where do you want your program to go from here? Rainbow Ministries. Dr. Ken.
God's Rainbow Ministries. Let's let Pastor Ken and Mandelakhan have a dialogue back and forth. Pastor Ken stands for the Bible.
Absolutely.
And God's Rainbow Ministries. So let's let those two have a dialogue, and I'll shut up. And I hope, and Jason, I'll be asking you respectfully. Let's just be quiet and let's get dialogue.
Okay, Mandelakhan. What do you believe about the LGBTQ community? I mean, how do you feel about them?
Okay. I want you and every black, brown, red, yellow, and white go back to the books of the dead, the Bible, Torah, and the Quran. And I want you to tell me, is it in the Genesis, was it Adam and Eve or Mary and Steve, or was it, was it Adam and Steve or Mary and Eve? Was it Adam and Steve in those books, Dr. Rainbow Ministry? Adam and Steve or Mary and Eve?
It was Adam and Eve. It was Adam and Eve. But see, I mean, I understand all that. I understand Leviticus, where it talks about abomination and I understand all that. But my viewpoint, is what is your viewpoint?
Okay, well, I'm gonna give you my view on not what I believe, but what I know.
Okay.
And I want all of y'all to remember what you forgot, or what you don't want to recognize under the Confederate flag in red, white, and blue, and the Patriarch. Number one, when it comes to how did we get to where we are to here, it's freedom, justice, and total independence. That's the Genesis. Fast forward to the Revolutionary Revelation. Everything that evolved from there with growth and development, including transgender, uterus halving, including 3 bathrooms, including our children have to be taught how to give each other oral sex and sodomize each other when there is no thing called freedom, justice, and total independence. Here's where we know is that the whole country of Babylon is in serious trouble because the children should never has been violated. But yet we got cardinals, bishops, monsignors, pastors, those bastards, senators, those ministers, and the people in the upper echelon, including the page boys in Washington, including all of the prisons, how the rape of boys and men is just as equal to women, but this is standard procedure. So when you look at all these new inventions since Barack is saying Obama, because remember when George Washington, George Bush, Lincoln, the Kennedys and all that, the Bushes, they said don't ask, don't tell, keep it on the down low. But they took the fall guy to make everybody circumvent their book of the dead of Adam and Eve and replace the laws in this country, Adam and Steve and Mary and Eve. So now it's legal.
You did not answer his question, sir.
It's legal, Dr. Ken, for little boys and girls and men to just intermingle with each other, and it's abomination to the Creator. That's why we say close them books. The Bible, Torah, and the Quran, close them books, because they are a desecration.
You did not answer his question, Mandelakhan.
Okay, Dr. Leroy, do you have anything else you want to say?
You didn't answer his question.
Dr. Leroy.
Dr. Leroy.
No, Dr. Kidd, my fault. Dr. Kidd, I hope I answered your question. And if you want any more clarity, then you can put it forth. So what else do you have to say, sir?
I understand where you're coming from. Okay, I understand where you're coming from. Okay. Well, it's like this. I believe that everybody has a right to get to know God. Okay, whether you're gay, straight, whatever you may be, transgender, okay, bisexual, questioning, okay. If you want to get to know God, okay, then I believe everybody has a right and has a chance to do so. Okay, and I'm going to give those people a chance to do so. Okay, because I mean, if you don't give them a chance to, okay, then how are they ever going to? You know what I'm saying?
That's why the People's Revolution is for black, brown, red, yellow, and white, old, young, gay, straight alike. We're not biased or prejudiced. We're not racist. All we stand for is live and let live in one love, and everybody deserves the same amount of blood plasma, the same amount of water.
But that's false, Mandela. 15 years to life in prison for being gay.
And if you deny that, Dr. Ken, then I don't care what God you say you represent, but I know the Creator is a creator of life more abundantly for all. And that's the contradiction, because everybody tries to put it into just the United States of America. But America only represents 5%. And if you're black or indigenous, you only represent 0.1%. The majority of African and indigenous people do not live in the United States of America. The majority of white people don't live in the United States of America. So if you're talking about the Creator, you got to put the map of the world out and look at how people are interacting and how they're treating each other as they move east, west, north, and south. And here's what I know, that no matter what people say in America about their religion, if you travel outside this country, your standard and concept of Adam and Steve, Mary and Eve is being rejected only because it's not a part of natural law. So we want the gays, the bars, and everything to participate in the People's Revolution.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
We want. Okay, I tell you what, Dr. Ken, since we have one of the Confederate flag wavers, who's one of the most evil tyrants when it comes to the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, we're going to allow him to go ahead and dispute the truth that I brought forth, and we want him to be.
Well, it is because in Ethiopia and the Pan Am African Network and the Matriarch all over Africa, or those who represent the Matriarch, their policy is lesbian, gay, bisexuals, transgenders, persons in Ethiopia and all other countries that believe in the Matriarch, and I posted on your Facebook page, by the way, also, all right, I face 15 years to life in prison, and their status is considered illegal, and recognition of their relationships is no recognition of gays. So how are you going to take one love and one live and one let live and let love when your own country, the Ethiopian Empire, rejects gays?
Based on the selective amnesia of this frenemy combatant, he's speaking out of the east end of a horse's ass.
You're not going to answer that, Mandela?
He's not recognized. I'll tell you what. Now we have a cross-examiner from his court, which is illegal.
Are you not going to answer that, though?
Gang members are illegal.
You're not going to answer that?
I'm not going to let them bank me, Dr. Ken.
You're not going to answer that, though?
Dr. Ken, I'm going to address what the first.
You're making yourself look stupid at this point.
Exhibit A, and what he said was, look at Ethiopia that's allowing gays, homosexuals, such and such, or what have you. That's exactly and precisely what he basically said. But in the truth of the matter on the ground, is that I can name you a multitude of nations from Africa to everywhere. That, what he's talking about, has to be kept on the down low. I mean, you better not come out.
So we can't know those countries that we can't know them?
In several nations, such as China, such as Russia, and a whole bunch of other places, other places. My favorite nations, trading nations to the red, black, and green, Russia and China, yes. Now, in the United States of America, Dr. King, it's the only place y'all can put this policy of divide and conquer, separate, divide, and take away.
You're doing a pretty
you can't
good job
add and
too.
multiply under those policies. And the only place on the planet where these policies are being pushed forth to make law while they are fighting against the people to be free in their sovereignty and integrity and dignity and independence.
Against the people.
The only place
all right, Mandela, the countries that trade with Ethiopia the most. All right, well, China and Russia.
You can tell us all you want, but you're going to try to deflect away from Uncle Scam.
I'm going to steal facts. Matter of fact, Ethiopia's most prominent trading partner is the United States, and the second is the UK. The third is France. Okay? Russia and China. Matter of fact, Russia is at number 19, actually. So what are you talking about when you say that you're your best friend?
What I'm talking about is that when it comes to the world economy, Dr. Ken, there was no world economy until antebellum slavery under Uncle Sam, the Confederate flag and red, white, and blue. There was no white people trading and selling and buying with each other before slavery in the United States of America. Notwithstanding what the Irish and the English was doing 800 years ago, they didn't have no world economy when Ireland and England was.
Can I tell them that theory?
So when we look inside of what created the basis, which still fuels the world economy of capitalism based on imperialism, is still the commodities under the ground of African indigenous people. And by the way, this is West Africa, Ethiopia, this thing y'all call United States of America.
Can I respond to that real quick, Mandela? What I would like to know is, I hear a lot of people that, there's a lot of people that I've heard that say that, America was built on the backs of slavery, right? And so my question for that is, why is it that the southern states that actually was very big into slavery are not the richest states in the country?
Yeah,
okay,
that's a good one.
Here's a great explanation. If you look at the Confederate flag, and remember up south is Delaware, where I am. That's the first state, right? The first state of the Confederate flag is Delaware, on the way down to the so-called Black Belt South. And that was where agriculture was the industry until the Industrial Revolution. And then you noticed a whole bunch of immigrants came from all over the world, from the Sicilians, the Italians, and everywhere else.
Why did they come here?
Blacks down south. And all the blacks down south, they migrated north and west and landed in California.
Why did they come to America at that point in time, though? Could you answer that?
Why could they who?
All the immigrants. Why did they come and make such a sacrifice and a travel to come to America during the Industrial Revolution time? Why would they do that? Can you answer that?
Yeah, because to the victor goes the spoils, because the illegal alien European invader immigrants, they have been in war with each other to control the resources to give themselves opulence and affluence. So when the borders of America opened up to all, from Italy, Rome, Germany, whatever, free passage and free land, that was when the immigration. But the other thing that's not remembered is that the indigenous African people was here before the invasion. So the fact of the matter is that even all the people today on the planet Earth, they're not trying to come to America. They're trying to benefit from the spoils that America won, because she is now the emperor. She is now the Humpty Dumpty.
Greatest country in the world. Yes.
No, the greatest military country that conquered.
No, the military don't spoil us. America spoils us through the trade. Okay, the military just protects that. So you got your words mixed up there. I don't understand.
No. You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. Capitalism based on imperialism came with piracy and theft. So you had to take pirates to come into some other people's lands and then take control of the resources. And if you look from the Congo to the Bongo, ain't no African person, because there's no United States of Africa. No African person controls the resources and the greatest wealth on the planet. Now, you can say America is the greatest place, but I can prove through capitalism based on imperialism, through trade, through the Dow and the NASDAQ, the commodities, most of the resources that's even used in this capitalism-based on imperialism comes out of the continent of Africa and South and Central America.
So why
and the
is
Andes
Africa in such a bad spot then if they're the richest continent on earth? Why is America better than them as a country?
America, just like all of the Africans, has participated in circumventing the sovereignty and integrity and dignity of...
No, that's not what I asked you, though.
But that's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
No, I asked you
everybody's not trying to come to America.
Why is Africa in such a bad spot and America's a good spot? What happened there if Africa's the richest continent?
Okay.
What happened there?
See, you're saying that America's a good spot.
It's
America's a bad neighborhood. America's a bad neighborhood. You saying that Africa's a bad spot.
If it was, you wouldn't be
You're saying
here.
that Africa's a bad spot, but Africa is a great spot because every person of opulence and
I would say
in
Ethiopia
business,
is a great friend of the United States.
Every person of opulence and influence doing business in America, they are African internationalists. Why? Because they have to have the coltan. They have to have the yellow cake that fuels nuclear reactors.
So are you telling me that there's rich Africans that get in business with Americans to control a lot and have a lot of the power in Africa over the people through trade?
Under the world economy, they have to, because of the World Bank, the IMF, and the Federal Reserve, they have to submit under that illegal evasion.
Okay,
that's right.
But you said Africa's the richest continent on Earth.
Listen. The United States of America in the Genesis nationalized itself and its people. That's a beautiful thing. I'm only demanding, not a request, that the United States of Africa and the African people unite and nationalize the treasure of Mother Africa, and then you'll remember what you forgot.
What treasure? What treasure? What are they going to unite under? A camel? What are they going to unite under?
Africa has diamonds. They got a lot of natural resources. I agree with you that Africans should take responsibility for their country and actually build it up the way that America. I agree with you on that, Mandelakhan. I do agree that Africa should realize the importance of their continent and act on that and keep it for themselves. I agree with you. They can negotiate.
But they don't have the resources. They don't have the resources or the know-how.
Because Jason, all of us remember the diaspora, how the United States of America was formed. The United States of America, it's mandatory that the United States of Africa be formed because of the crisis, hardship, of the state of emergency, that we can all bear witness as the vacuum cleaners of corporations. All the corporations vacuum out all the animals in the zoos all across this country. You don't get those last times in American organizations.
We don't go over there and steal the animals. We trade. We buy those. We don't go over there and just take animals.
You don't buy none of those animals.
We don't do that.
You don't buy none of those animals.
What you do, listen,
ain't no Tarzan that ever set foot in Africa bought a damn thing. They buy and extort it.
You don't even live there.
How do I know? How do I know? Because the animals
Show me some facts, Mandelakhan. Can I get some facts on that?
Here's the key. Here's the key. You remember Steve Irwin? Oh, look at this clock. Isn't this a beauty? Oh, we, as the modern-day Tarzans, we control all these animals and life on the world. Wasn't he in the water with a stingray, and the stingray put a little missile in his heart? Don't y'all understand?
Yeah,
look right now.
He wasn't
when y'all go on these excursions
to America, brother. He
when
can do that.
When you go on these excursions, the kangaroos, the lions, the zebras, the buffalo,
we buy
when they
those
see your ass,
to bring to zoos so we can have a business. There's a
elephants,
market for that. We don't just go there and steal them and bring them into a zoo.
The elephants are stomping y'all's asses to death, but you won't even report it. And I'm telling you, the animals are smarter than my people. The animals are smarter than my people.
Steals Africa to put in our zoos for market. We don't steal. We actually are in trade with that. It's a business.
Animals.
We don't go over there and just take animals, brother.
You are pirates. Everybody got a phone. Listen, everybody got a phone. You got a computer. You got a laptop, a notebook. The cocaine is only concentrated in the Congo, Jason and Joe. Dr.
No, you have those luxuries over here, Mandelakhan. Shut up there.
Coltan. This magnificent international communication. These fiber optics.
The matriarch
you only get
on
these resources nowhere in the Americas, only in the continent of Africa. So the United States of Africa.
Can we talk about the ANKH now? because you always say the Ankh. That's the matriarch. The symbol is an Egyptian. Well, the fact of the matter is, I'm weird. I'm a little fuzzy on this.
Hold on. Let me do this. Because here's where you're a master. You say you represent the cross. So you need to
represent the breath of
life.
Hold
on. Listen to me. You are the last person to give a defined definition of the Ankh. You need to represent what you represent, the cross. Because you don't represent the Ankh.
Wait a second. How could you tell me what kind of revolution are you saying? I gotta do what you say. I gotta represent what you want me to represent.
No. You will not properly represent the Ankh and what it stands for. You can only represent the cross by your own international public record that you say the Bible and the Constitution is the law of the land. That's what you stand on. I stand in opposition to you. So you can't.
All right, then tell me what the Ankh stands for.
First, I'll tell you what the cross stands for. First, I'll tell you what the cross.
The cross. I
know you don't. But I'm not going to allow you to desecrate the Ankh.
That's what the cross stands for. The cross stands for love and truth.
Okay, let me tell you what the cross really stands for. And I want y'all to go look it up.
I know what you finna say.
I'm going to tell you what it really stands for. I'm gonna show you what it really stands for. Because I'm not gonna allow Joe Gibson. Here's what I'm gonna tell you. In hoc signo vince. In this sign we conquer. From the Pope of Rome to the King of England. Okay. In hoc signo vince. The cross is a sign of a blood coat of death and war and pain. That's exactly what the cross is. Okay.
Where did you read that from?
Now that all you got to do is go through history.
What history? Where
are you talking about?
Where?
Listen, I'm not going to go back and forth. I ain't going to let y'all bank me.
I just want to know where, so I can find it. Where?
I'm not going to give you no homework. Everybody knows what really happened. Everybody knows about the Christian Crusades. Everybody knows about the Christian Crusades, the Dark Ages. Everybody knows about the Black Plague, which was really the White Plague. Everybody know about all that. That came with the cross. Okay.
Do you hear yourself when you
let me go to the Ankh. Let me go to the Ankh. Now the Ankh is the matriarch. The cross is the patriarch. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. You can't get it no clearer. Hebrew is like more Muslim. You under the Messiah or patriarch. Now the Ankh is the symbol of life. The Ankh is the symbol of the universe, the uterus, Mother Earth, Mother Nature. The Ankh
I didn't know the universe
is the symbol of 666, the original carbon, DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, protons, neutrons, and electrons. The Ankh is live and let live.
You're one of those. You're a fair kind of
now that's a lie. I will take that from the record because that's a lie. Fair kind of the movie. I despise Hebrew Israelites more than Muslim Christians. Religious fanatics are not allowed in the People's Revolution. Now, the Ankh itself is the symbol of life, and you cannot get it, and it's all over the earth, and it's saturating the whole planet Earth. And all you have to do is look at social media. Don't get on. Listen. Don't get on radio and TV. Don't get on radio and TV. Don't get on radio and TV to FCC. Go to Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Blogtalk, and you'll see that the Ankh is everywhere. The Ankh is everywhere. Without hearing my voice, the Ankh is everywhere, Joe Gibson. Without hearing my voice, not on radio and TV.
So your revolution's on the internet?
The Ankh of Pidi Hodie, Namaste, Hotep, and Ashe.